Okay, friends, we have entered the trickiest part of the season for seed sowing for me, and that is I have to decide which zinnias to plant. I have a zinnia problem. If you looked at any of my garden tours from last year, I did make a playlist. I'll put that in the show descriptions right here, but you can go check it out. But you will notice very quickly that I really like my zinnias, and for me to decide which of these seeds to plant, it's giving me a little bit of anxiety. So I'm going to show you the seeds I have, and I would love if you would put in your notes if you have grown any of these. Comment, tell me which ones you have and which ones you liked or didn't like, or even if you haven't grown them, which ones look good to you. And I have to narrow this down because I cannot grow 5 trays of zinnia. I can't. I'm going to give myself 2 trays, and that's even pretty too much. But all right, let's look at what I got going here. Okay, do you see my problem? This is a lot of seeds. All right, let's start here. These are the Benary's Giant. These are the really tall ones. They're the ones that florists like to use for bouquets. They have really tall stems. And I'm just gonna start this out by saying I'm growing all of these. I bought Benary's Giants in 6 different colors. So each of these is a packet as a color. I've got Coral, Carmine Rose. This one is Giant Lilac, Wine, Bright Pink, and Orange. And I will be growing all 6 of these. Now, here's the problem here. I have got all of these things. This is how many I can have. I can do this many 6-packs. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Those are for sure's. Okay. Now over here, I have these Queenie Lime, which I found last year. This Queenie Lime Red is so pretty. I'm 100% growing that one. But I also bought Queenie Lemon Peach this year and Queenie Lime Orange that I could grow. All right, we'll think about that. Back over here, I have the Envy. This is in my videos from last year. I grew this one last year. It's bright chartreuse green, like a neon green color. It's very pretty, but I don't think I'm gonna grow it again this year unless somebody really likes it. Because I tried it already, and I've got a bunch in there I haven't tried. These next 2 are the Pink Senorita and the Senora, and they're both like a salmon colored. That's that pretty one. The Senorita is a little more kind of like a cactus flower, and the Senora is a little bit like a traditional zinnia. So those are kind of the same color family. I could pick one of those. This is just your basic zinnia cut and come again. These grow really well. The more you cut them, the more bloom. They're a really good one to just have. These peppermint sticks I grew last year too. They're very pretty. They kind of get like these flecks in them. They do look a lot like that, where they're a color and then there's just different flecks in there. Those I have done probably 2 years now, and I really liked. These 2 I've got to decide between. So Polar Bear I did last year. Really liked them. They got really tall, really, really pretty. They're bright white. But I also got this Isabella zinnia, which is also kind of a whitish one from M.I. Gardner that I haven't tried yet. So I'm considering knocking out the Polar Bear and trying the Isabellina, yeah, this year. All right. Do you hear that? That's my husband. He came in and said, "Are you shooting a video?" And I said, yes. And so he found a hammer to hit things. These 2 I've had for a while. They're kind of older seeds. The Salmon Rose, it's dahlia-like, it says. And then this Profusion Double Deep Salmon. These are smaller. I'm for sure going to grow these because they fit in a spot that a lot of zinnias don't, because they're a little bit smaller and bushy. Salmon Rose is really beautiful, and I love it. But like I said, I can only do so many. I do have 2 cactus blends. I've got the Cactus Flower Bed and the Giant Cactus Mix. I could do one of those. Those I tried last year for the first time and really liked. Again, if you have never seen these, they're all in my videos from last season's flower garden walks. This one, if anyone has grown, I've never grown this one, the Northern Lights blend. Things that say the word northern in them usually work well for me in Michigan, so I always take a chance on some of those, but I haven't tried it yet. I've got these 2, which are a little bit different than the regular zinnia shape. This is called the Zinnia Scabiosa, and it looks like it's going to have this puffy center like a scabiosa flower, which I think is beautiful. And these are dahlia flowered zinnias, so they have bushier flowers. So those would be 2 different ones. And then the last 2 I have is this Giant Purple, which I'm just I just love a big giant zinnia, but how many big giant zinnias can I grow? And then in the same vein, I ordered California Giants, which I've never grown before, but they say they've got 4 to 6 inch flowers that last a really long time, and I am here for that. So I have 24 of these little tags that I can use. 6, 7, 8 are spoken for already, which leaves me with 16. So vote in the comments. Tell me what you want to see in the garden. Help me make my mind up. Tell me if you've grown any of these. And let's figure out which zinnia I am going to grow this season, because they get planted next week. So no hurry, no pressure, but you've got 6 days. Now, you do not need to start zinnia this early. You can start them closer to your last frost date. You also can direct sow them. The reason I'm starting them inside is because I want to get flowers earlier in the season. So if I wait and direct sow my zinnia, I will get flowers, but they'll be more toward mid-July. Whereas if I go ahead and plant these now, I am going to get flowers a little bit earlier, which means I get to enjoy them longer. And here in Michigan, with the season being unpredictable at best, if I can give mine a head start, I do. But I also save seed from zinnia every year. However, I don't isolate them, so they could be cross-pollinated. And while I know they're going to give me a zinnia, I don't know which kind. So what I usually do is I usually start all of these specific kinds in the house in 6-packs and then transplant them out. And then I take my mixed saved seed and I fill in areas as the season goes. So those ones will come up a little bit later. So if you don't have these in the house, do not worry. You can still grow them outside, and you can still get them at garden centers everywhere. They're very popular. Maybe not every one of these varieties, but that is why I started growing all these seeds, because I wanted every variety. And I still don't have them, but you can see I have plenty. So help me decide. Put your opinion in the comments. Subscribe if you haven't. And I will put that playlist of last year's garden walks in there if you want to see the ones I did last year. All right, have a great day.